Right, hello there my friend, how are you doing today? I hope you're having a great day so far. You may be watching this video right now and be like, Jake, this is the exact same outfit that you wore in last week's video, and that's because I've literally just hit record after filming the previous video, because after I filmed that video, which you can actually see from last week on this YouTube channel, right, I had like something else that kind of popped into my head. And again, I really wanted to film this video now to again see if this resonated with you, because ultimately I'm here to support you the best way possible so you can then build the body you're proud of. Sound like a plan? Awesome. So again, tied to a bit like last week, like, do you feel like, you know, you're someone who's been watching my YouTube videos for a while, the training, nutrition, trying to do everything yourself, and then you just feel like, man, why aren't I seeing the results I want? And let me ask you this, when I was in a similar situation to myself, I want to ask you, and I want you to think for a second, what type of thoughts are going in your head when you're trying to actually approach your health and fitness on a daily basis, if that makes sense? What is going on in that head of yours? Because I'll give you a standard example. When I first started out with my health and fitness, you know, I was seriously insecure with my self-image, and in fact, you know, whether you can believe me or not, you know, about 3.5 years ago, even 2 or so years ago, confidence was pretty much non-existent to my name, right? Because that's how I felt about myself. And so with that said, because I had my starting point, and then from being insecure, I then wanted to build a body I'd be proud of by building that lean, defined and confident body I desired. Because there was such this big gap, I then got so disheartened from, you know, how big this gap was, right? And so as a result, when I think the way I approached my training and nutrition, I was like, oh, you know, maybe I'm just not good enough, or, you know, maybe I'm just not worthy of these results. Or, you know, after months went by and I still just wasn't seeing the results I wanted, it was just a case of looking myself in the mirror and be like, you know, Jake, maybe this just isn't for you, man. And for me, a huge shift I had, because as you can imagine, right, those types of words I was telling myself seriously impacted my work ethic and my drive to actually put in the work to gain the results I wanted, right? Because as you can imagine, from those types of words I was telling myself, I wasn't really getting many results, because ultimately you can believe that you will succeed or fail. Either way, you're right. Let that sink in for a second. Because ultimately, our external world is, you know, a result of our internal world, if that makes sense. And so again, for me, the big shift is when I actually stopped doubting myself, and I started actually, you know, believing in my own capabilities. And so again, I changed my words of, you know, instead of I'm not good enough, I am good enough. Instead of I'm not worthy, I am worthy. I deserve these results. Why wouldn't I deserve these results? Who doesn't deserve to be confident and proud in their own skin, right? And so that whole shift, the words I was telling myself now that were much more positive, obviously that ultimately hugely impacted the amount of work and drive I was putting into my training, my nutrition, and staying consistent on my sleep, all that good stuff. So as you can imagine, of how my work ethic and my determination, my drive just substantially rose, the results I was seeing in the mirror also, you know, really start to show as well. And that simply happened by just changing my words, because when I changed my words, I changed my beliefs, and when I changed my beliefs, I changed my actions. So ultimately, I then changed my results, and because it was a positive feedback loop, it was obviously positive results at the end of the day, right? Is this making sense? And at the same time, of course, I can understand you may be watching this video, may have other, you know, false events that may be appearing real in your head of, you know, Jake, I've tried everything and it just isn't working, or Jake, I'm not so sure about this calisthenics thing because, you know, I'm older than 30, I'm maybe whether you're 40 or 50. So again, there's this false illusion of we put a almost like a name tag on ourselves that then, you know, ultimately kind of gives us this false belief that we can't achieve the results we deserve because of a belief we tell ourselves that just simply isn't true. And again, I want you to understand that you are not alone in this, my friend. This is literally just part of being human, and it's something I really struggle with myself. And so, you know, if you do feel this way, and you know you've been trying to build muscle with calisthenics, or, you know, lose stubborn belly fat for months, even years potentially, then of course I give you all the permission to simply reach out to me There's 2 ways in which you can reach out to me. I'll leave it down in the description below under the heading of Let's Talk. Obviously, one is simply direct email me, jake@calisthenics.co.uk, or you can apply for a free 10-minute video call with me, where again, you can simply outline the main problem or obstacle you feel that's holding you back from building the body you're proud of. So then ultimately, I could be like, okay, my friend, I see where you are. This is what I've struggled with myself, and here's how you can overcome it. And boom, you will then have that full game plan to then take full ownership of your health and fitness. Does that make sense? And so at the end of the day, always remember that, you can literally just be one question away from literally having all of your problems answered, right? And, as I said before, because I feel this is something that's so important to reiterate and emphasize, is if you've done what you've always done, you will get what you've always gotten. So again, if you have really been struggling with your health and fitness for months, maybe even years, that is simply feedback to suggest that you need to actually reach out for support and help for what it is you specifically are struggling with and then want to actually achieve. Again, I give you all permission by simply reaching out to me through the links and contact sources that I've just mentioned. And yeah, I hope this makes sense, my friend. I hope you found this video helpful, and enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.